All right, Shalom Israel. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, glory, and fear to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachakwadash. Also want to give double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone that taught us this truth, and peace and love to the Lord's hopeful elect. Back at it with another spiritual observation concerning a pride, man, especially the pride that's on the woman, period, let alone the Israelite woman. So first and foremost, this is Isaiah 28. And we'll start at verse 9. Whom shall he teach knowledge? All right, so whom shall Yahweh Ba'ashem Shai teach knowledge unto? All right, and whom shall he make to understand doctrine? So the Bible prophecy, all right, how to deal with your brothers, your sisters, all right, other nations. It's all written in this Bible, but who can understand it, and who can the Lord teach? All right, them that are weaned from the milk and drawn from the breast. So we got to be brought up a certain way. We have to be tore down to be rebuilt back up, man. We have to be cleansed from that thought, that fleshly thought process, man, that Babylonian thought process, man. And the Lord is doing that with his hopeful elect by giving them that truth, man. All right. And we're brought up a certain way, just like a child is brought up and is weaned from, breast milk. And as he gets older and his body's able to endure more stronger substance, man, like meat. All right, so we start off with the so-called basics, going back through the Torah, all right, Genesis, all right, Exodus, seeing our exodus out of Egypt, and then we start to deal with the deeper things, the prophetic things, and the things that only the Lord's hopeful elect are able to see. First and foremost, like receiving the names Yahweh, Yahweh Shai, right? A lot of people haven't been able to truly receive those names, okay, with a fearful spirit. All right, verse 10, for precept must be upon precept, precept upon precept, line upon line upon line, here a little and there a little. So you can read this Bible like a novel from front to back, but and get some decent understanding. But the Lord is way deeper than that. This Bible is kind of coded in many ways, man, in order to get the complete understanding of particular subject matters in the Bible. You have to take it here from one precept, right? And then you'll go to the next precept. It might be in the beginning of the Bible, then you might skip all the way to the end, man, just for one subject to get the complete understanding. And the Bible is coded in such a way that only these people who are brought up, weaned from the milk, all right, and drawn from the breast, man, are able to do these things, man. And in Amos 3:6, it speaks, I'll bring it out. Amos 3:6, right? Shall a trumpet be blown in a city, and the people not be afraid? Shall there be evil in a city, and the Lord have not done it? Surely the Lord God will do nothing, but he revealeth his secret unto his servants, the prophets. So that's who it goes down to, the ones that are able to prophesy. All right, the Lord deals with them, and they teach, all right, the rest of the nation of Israel, and put out a warning to everybody else, man. And that's exactly what's happening as we speak. But I did come across this video real quick. And you got for what looks like an Israelite woman. I have seen her before. She does these videos with the sword, and she be out at the range and stuff, man. But just real quick.
If you think the business women don't carry, this one does. Two of them. Always.
Again, is there a law necessarily against toting a sword or going to the range or whatever her content predominantly consists of? No. But when you're spiritual and the Lord has blessed you with discernment and you know what time it is, you can see past face value. All right. And all I see is just pride of this woman, and that's the spirit that's on a lot of people here in Babylon the Great as it relates to that gun. All right, the modern day sword. Instead of, I don't know if she has a husband or not, but instead of coming in that meek, humble spirit like a Israelite woman is supposed to, preceding the second coming, preceding Jacob's trouble. the woman, all right, walk around here puffed up with those two swords on her, or a sword, or what have you. First it was pepper spray, man. You know what I mean? Now they not even around here toting swords, but you can tell that she's prideful. Why? Because those two swords kind of represent power. They give power, and it is powerful if the Lord lets you deal with it, because you can just again squeeze whatever amount of effort, physical effort that it takes to, squeeze a trigger. I mean, and you could unalive many people within seconds, man. That is power. All right. But now ultimately we know that that power comes from Yahweh Shema Shai. The Lord creates evil. But its power, especially to that weaker vessel. Now that weaker vessel don't have to be scared of a animal, all right, or bear attacking, because she got a sword on her, so she gonna be puffed up, and she damn sure ain't finna be afraid of a man. All right, because she got the sword on her. She got two instruments on her that can unalive you within seconds. She's puffed up. Now you can't tell her nothing. She was already like that, period. Now again, she has this instrument that can unalive you from a good distance in a matter of seconds. Do you think she's not puffed up? And we're saying, my sister, this isn't cool. Again, there's no law against you rocking like that, but we're going to try to open your eyes. My sister, what type of world do your pea brain ass think that you live in, where you have to tote two swords on you? That's not good, dummy. All right, don't and that. And you can tell that, like, here in Babylon the Great, that sword them become an idol. Like, they just like the way it looks. They ain't fooling me, especially them young guys, young Jake with them extendos and all that. They just like the way it look hanging out. They like to hold on to it, and you know what I mean. They like to see the extendo clip hanging out the back. It looks cool, Then they got all the modifications, man. And I mean, it comes from just years and years of being in this place, man. All the freaking movies. I mean, I ain't talking about just the gangster stuff. I'm talking about James Bond and all that, man. It's just been a non-stop highlight of this sword, man, and you can see where they get it from, man. Esau Edom, that was part of his blessing, man. The sword, the fatness of the earth, and the Lord's children that have followed suit, man. So now you got an Israelite woman for face value running around here like she effing Rambo, and it's these same people, watch these same people pretty much. I can, I don't want to, but these people who have these videos at like the range and being in the spirit of a prepper, man, they're gonna be the first to go. These people with these bunkers and got all this ammunition and things like that, they're gonna be the first to go, man. You know what I mean? Live, and I'm gonna bring that up, man. We'll go ahead and get into these precepts though, man. But the whole point really being is how prideful people are, man. And it could be what leads, what has her puffed up. Again, it's because she has those two instruments on her. But it could be anything that could have our people puffed up and prideful. Money, right? You got a little bit of money, you're not worried about calamity, economic crash and things like that, especially if you got a so-called a lot of it. All right, you're not worried about the great tribulation and things like that. So you're walking around here puffed up and prideful, man. All right, and a lot of our women are coming in that spirit because they're at ease, man. They don't care nothing about suffering because they can't see it, man. And they don't care about submitting to a man when they can just unalive any man that look at them wrong, man. All right. And there's plenty of videos of Eve. Like it's so many of these unalivings wouldn't even happen. Well, ultimately, if it wasn't the will of the Lord, but if they ain't have swords on them, man, it's so many people that are unstable that just shouldn't have these, weapons on them, man. They're very unstable, like the woman, period. Woman, you probably shouldn't have a damn sword on you with your unstable behind, man. All right, and then want to get out here and boast like that's cool, like that's a part of your outfit now. She got on her little outfit, but here, oh, check out my unaliving, because truth be told, bro, they ain't doing it for sports, and you're not walking around with those things on you in the name of a sport, like you're out there professionally shooting. You're doing it in the name of so-called self-defense, man. And that means that again, those devices represent a unaliving or extremely hurting somebody. So of course you're so puffed up, man, but it's all right. The Lord gonna deal with all this very soon, man. Let's go to the book of Matthew 26 and 52. Cause it's not gonna be nothing like how people think it is, especially if you ain't been in no war, man. I mean, I think that's the best thing that you could go through, that could prepare you for what we're getting ready to go through, man. At least the mental aspect of it. I mean, besides being in this truth, of course. But this is Matthew 26:52. Then uh said Yahushua unto him, put up again thy sword into his place, for all they that take the sword shall perish with the sword. So basically, man, going into, like, this Bible is supposed to be our sword. The weapons of our warfare aren't carnal, man. This is a spiritual war. So again, there's nothing necessarily unlawful about having a sword, or especially with the type of world that we live in. But the issue is when that's where your faith lies at, your alarm system, your dogs, Eve, your swords, man. That's where your strength and where you think your protection come from, which is ultimately your own power. All right, to be able to be fast draw with that sword, man. It don't come from fearing Yahweh Shema Shai. It don't come from serving the Lord, man. It don't come from acknowledging the Lord. Period. It comes from your own carnal mind state, man. All right, but the whole point being, if you live by it, you're going to perish by it. Thus saith Yahweh Bahashim Shah. So all you Israelites that ain't serving the Lord, especially you women, the Lord will give you over to that. You want to front and pretend like you don't understand this order, and you want to walk around there with an alarm system again, and your dog and that sword. Those three things will come to naught so fast it'll blow your mind. If the power goes out, there goes your alarm system, sweetie. All right. And hey, when that famine hit, man, little Cujo gonna be already plotting on you anyway, because you can't feed them no dog food. They're gonna be the first to go. I guarantee you. Now, people love these animals, man, but when it really come down to surviving, man, y'all ain't gonna feed Cujo before you feed you and your family. All right, so Cujo gonna be the last to eat, and eventually, hey, he gonna turn on you. And as far as that sword go, hey, if that's if you so worried about somebody breaking in your house or something, and you not serving the Lord, man, he gonna give you over to that. Because that's your fear, isn't it? That's why you have that sword. You're not walking around here with no faith, and you know what I mean. Now, again, not saying nothing's necessarily wrong for it. Brothers, in this truth, be carrying swords sometimes, man. I don't, because I know myself. I be nutted up out here, so I just gotta wait on the Lord, man. Because I been went off by some road rage, man. But the whole point being, hey, everybody that really has these swords that isn't serving the Lord is just puffed up, because it's a weapon of damn near mass destruction, man. If you use it correctly, man, all right, you could unalive a lot of people real quick. All right, so it has a lot of people puffed up, man. And that's the thing about having that sword. That's what I was kind of getting into. You're probably more likely to be engaged or involved in confrontations if you do have that sword. Let's say it is a road rage incident that you didn't start. You're probably more likely to, talk a little bit more smack, knowing that you have that sword. So if anything goes crazy, you got your sword on it too. There's countless. I'm sure you can count them, but there's a lot of videos on YouTube concerning that road rage, man, and people hopping out with them swords, man. All right, and again, they're unstable, and as the days progress, it's gonna be shown that they're more unstable as the days progress, and they shouldn't have that damn instrument on them, man. I'm talking about these are old dudes sometimes hopping out with a sword on them because of road rage, man. I ain't just young Jake I'm talking about. I'm talking about everybody, Asian folks. I done seen it, man, hopping out with the road rage with the sword on them, man. All right. And if you didn't have that sword, a lot of these unalivenments wouldn't happen. I seen a one with an Israelite sister up in New York, and she was chasing the girl, and you could tell she probably was just trying to maybe like shoot to scare her off, but she ended up hitting the unaliving the girl. She didn't really want to do that, but because she had that sword, because she's the weaker vessel, hella emotional. Come on, man. If anybody shouldn't have a sword, it should be little Jake and Eve. All right. But let's keep it moving. Book of Proverbs. (16 and 18). Pride goeth before destruction, and a haughty spirit before a fall. So they're getting ready to be destroyed and getting ready to take a mighty fall because they so puffed up, man. The bigger they are, the harder they fall. That's the point. We was just talking about that pride and what carrying those swords or having that sword, or you got an assault one in the house or in your car. You're puffed up, man. You're prideful. You're not coming in to fear Yahweh Shema Shai. You're leaning onto your own understanding, your own strength. Again, to be able to be quick draw McGraw, man. That's where your strength really falls in the fact that you think that you quick draw McGraw. All right, and the Lord is going to show you that you're not, man. All right, again, you can have all this ammunition. All it takes is one bullet. Yeah, you got all this ammunition that you done stockpiled, Eve. All right, all these weapons. You can't do nothing but shoot two of them at one time anyway, and not very accurately. You know what I mean? If you got two swords in each hand, man, you're not too accurate with that, man. All right. So you could have a stockpile. You can't do nothing but shoot two at the same time anyway. All it take is one, man. And if the Lord not with you, man, I'm telling y'all gonna be the first to go out here. You preppers, you people that think that you're so efficient with the range. Even you, Esau, Edom, even though that the Lord did give you that blessing, guess what? You let everybody else have the sword too. And there's other nations out here that are just as proficient with using that sword as you. Matter of fact, it ain't nothing but a small remnant of y'all that really know how to use that sword well. The rest of you guys are just doing the same thing. A bunch of moles, a bunch of simple Edomites and things like that. It ain't a bunch of warriors. I've been to war. I've seen some of Esau warriors. I can testify that there's a remnant of some real warriors that really understand war and are real men of the nation of Esau Edom. Predominantly, though, the most of them are clowns. But I was saying that in relation to our people are current, man. Our wicked young men, they're current in warring. Even though it's a bunch of ridiculousness what they're warring over, they're out in them streets conducting military type operations, man. Like as we speak, man. Look at all these unalivers. I remember there's a video not too long ago with Karen coming out talking shit about our people as usual. And I mean, part of her is right, but she was talking about how they shoot guns sideways. And come on, man, nobody's doing that. Nobody's doing that in real life. Shawty, you're talking about some stuff that you're seeing on TV. Again, here's this pride of Esau Edom talking all this and that. You're not doing anything but fronting. Maybe you do go out and, a few of you go out and hunt. All right. And maybe a few of you have been to war. But other than that, y'all are just pretending to. Y'all are not shooting nobody like that. Yeah, the mass unalive that y'all do. But when it comes to straight up war combat, ain't nobody effing with Jake. Like, stop the pretending. All right. You ain't never hopped in no vehicle 3 a.m. and went on a mission to go unalive somebody and then come back and live a regular life and then do the same shit again, a couple nights later. That's what our young men be doing. What the hell is Eve talking about? Of Esau Edom I'm talking about. What's she talking about? You're not current. You're not ready for no real chaos because you're just pretending. We're really living this destructive ass shit. Through the spirit of power of Yahweh, Shema Shai, Esau, Edom. Like I say, a lot of y'all are at ease, Esau. A lot of y'all are at ease, man. Y'all ain't out here warring with nobody. Y'all ain't out here, and I mean that the whole spectrum. You don't know what it's like. Maybe some of y'all work in these hospitals, sure, but you don't know what, like the spectrum, the funeral, right? The neighborhoods, the fact that we're having to get low in our own homes when these shootings happen. What you know about getting low, or what you know about having to have the whole family, like, be in the bathtub, or everybody, gotta sit on the floor. Do you be getting low on the 4th of July where you live at? Plenty nights, man. Where the Lord had me at, man. Esau a pretender, man. They just be talking. Like I say, make no mistake about it. The Lord did blessed this man with the sword, but everybody ain't proficient like they trying to portray. Like I say, they got a couple little hunters. Other than that, man, y'all trying to be on Melrose Place somewhere in some Birkenstock type stuff, man. Y'all ain't out here trying to war with nobody for real. And that's something that you got to be honest about. Yes, our young men are wicked as hell. They're bugged out, but they're warriors. Straight up, they're warriors, man. They are wicked. They're wicked, and it's stupid what they're warring about. And they got their skinny jeans still. That phase is phasing out. Thank the Lord. But they're warriors, man. You gotta. I mean, I've seen videos of like. I wish I could show you, brothers, like how fast they're responding to these shootings, man. I seen a video where the guy get started to get shot at, like in the middle of the street. He realized he's getting shot at. He has grabbed his weapon, hopped out the car, got on one knee, returned fire, and hopped back in his vehicle, and they sped off, and this happened all in about 10 seconds. Dude looked like a straight Navy SEAL out there. Young Jake. Let somebody shoot at your car out in traffic, Esau. I'm talking about your women with her prideful ass too, or any of you clowns, Eve. Let somebody be shooting at your car and let's see how you respond to it with all your two swords on you. You know what I mean? It hit different when them bullets hitting that window and stuff like that, man. You gotta be, you know what I mean? You gotta be the Lord gotta be with you. I'm gonna just tell you like that, man. And the Lord not with most of you clowns anyway. So go ahead and carry your sword, walk with your stretched forth neck, Eve, and watch the Lord knock it right off your shoulders. All right, let's go to the book of Matthew, 15 and 14. Let them alone. They be blind leaders of the blind, and if the blind lead the blind, both shall fall into a ditch. So going to two-thirds of the nation of Israel, they believed a lie. It's nothing but blind leading the blind, man. The so-called elder women of our nation didn't teach the younger women how to be meat keepers at home, chase and things like that. So this is what we're dealing with, Eve coming out the house with two of them things on her, daring you to look at her crazy. And again, I mentioned you're probably a little bit more confrontational, knowing that you have or willing to deal with confrontation. If you didn't have a sword, maybe you'll ignore something. Maybe you will just let it go. Maybe you will walk off. But because subconsciously hey, I got enough power on me to lay you and yours out. Everybody's and it's only gonna get worse. Wait till we get in the middle of Jacob's trouble and people are hungry and everybody got an effing attitude, man. Hey, that sword is gonna make quick work of Jacob's trouble, man. That's a good thing, man. Quick work. All right. Let's go to the book of Proverbs 18 and 10. The name of the Lord is a strong tower. The righteous runneth into it and is safe, man. So the blind leading the blind. They're not teaching the name of Yahweh Hashem Shah. Therefore, they're running to their sword. They're running into their alarm system, their ring camera, their little Cujo dogs, man. All right. Why? Because they don't have the name Yahweh Hashem Shah. Hey, the righteous, the Lord's hopeful elect, have received the name Yahweh Yahweh Shah. And, we run into it by coming in fear of Yahweh Shema Shah and doing what he told us to do to the best of our fleshly abilities, man. All right. Again, everyone else, they come in a very prideful, haughty spirit, thinking that they have power to dictate their own lives. But we know different. We know that man's goings are other Lord, man. Thus saith Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah. All right. And then we can leave it off in the book of Exodus, way back to the beginning, right? So again, there's no, it's not unlawful to have a sword on you, man. All right, but you better make sure that where your true faith lies, and it's not in that sword. And I believe, not talking about Lord's hopeful elect, but I believe the Lord will give a lot of people over to that. And we read that, live by the sword, perish by the sword. If your mentality is, I can do what I want, especially being an Israelite, not serve the Lord, but I got a sword on me just in case. And I mean, that's the all Jake talk about. Like all these podcasts, it always end up coming up. Any type of confrontation, any type of beef that gets talked about. Oh, I got a sword. Oh, I got one too. Oh, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that, man. That sword is held in high dignity here in Babylon the Great, man. This is Exodus 14 and 13. And Moses said unto the people, fear ye not. So, hey, the leaders of our people are telling our people the same thing. Fear not. Stand still and see the salvation of the Lord. Hey, stand still. Watch this great tribulation happen in the second coming. All right, which he will show you today. For the Egyptians whom you have seen today, ye shall see them again no more forever. And we do know what ended up happening to those Egyptians that chased us all up out of Egypt, man. And what happened before they end up chasing us, man. If you know, you know. And then here's the point, man. Here's the whole point. the Lord Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shah shall fight for you. Miss, I told my swords on me, and the Lord will protect you. We understand about the hedge of protection that's around about those that fear Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shah, man. So, I'm not saying again that it's unlawful, but I am, however, saying that a lot of these situations the Lord won't even have you in. All right, if you're serving him, you won't need to, especially if you're a daughter. The Lord won't give you over to that. That's probably more something that the Lord give over to men, dealing with violence and having to protect themselves like that. He wouldn't give you over to that. Eve, the Lord respects what he said concerning his order. There's going to be some things that he is going to place upon you that pertain to a woman, but it won't be, oh, I got to shoot it out with this guy, man. That's not it, Eve. That's not how the Lord, operates. Now, again, if you're out of order and you're not coming in that order, then guess what? The Lord will give you over to a robbery or even worse. That's why you're supposed to have a man of the Lord to alleviate that, have that hedge of protection. There's one less thing that you have to worry about as a woman. If you have a man, you confront all you want. You're a pretender, because if you had a man, you wouldn't need them damn swords on you like that. You'll be good. But it's something about you to know it's not safe outside. Isn't that right, Eve? That's why you're doing it, because pretty as you are, let you tell it, you can't just be out in the earth doing what you want to do no more, and you know it. And just wait till the Lord puts a target on you. I mean, for many, many years, Jake has robbed his own brother, man. You know what I mean? And these are, some of these dudes are so-called gangsters robbing other gangsters, man. And they got swords and they got so-called bodies and stuff like that. And they'll still rob you. They'll still try to take your chain and stuff like that. How much more you, weaker vessel? It's almost time. Soon as the Lord go, dee, 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 he gonna put a radar on them YNs, man. And you women that want to gather abroad, you the easy target. Please don't be out there gathering abroad and you drunk or high or something like that. They finna take everything, especially in Atlanta. All that stripper stuff. Do you know how easy it is to hit up you? I ain't trying to speak like I'm wicked or teaching how to be wicked, but come on, man, that's an easy target. Dumb ass strippers, man, and they were punk ass security guard walking them out the back, man. Please, if they really wanted them, they know. Oh, they done made some money that night, all at the strip club. Yeah, all them piles of money. Yeah, and be right at the back waiting on your dumb or wicked ass Eve. But we'll leave it there through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shah. Whole point being, our people are prideful, and the Lord is getting ready to deal with it. So with that, I want to give all praises, honor, glory, and fear to Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shah. Till next time, Shalom.